Hello, everyone. So once again, as soon as I started literally getting ready to hit record, Nina jumps up on the table. Oh, she's doing her closed eye face at me. Okay, so I have a collective message today, and we're starting here with the 10 of Cups, right? Wow, what a beautiful collective message. Okay, Nina, do you want to come into the shot more, sweetie, or are you just going to stay there with your bum? You look beautiful either way, okay? All right, so the 10 of Cups for our collective. I'm also going to pull this Ace of Pentacles. Wow, really powerful. 6 of Cups. This is a really powerful energy. So some of you know, but whenever I see the 10 of Cups, I always think of the new earth. I always think of the new earth energy encapsulated in that. It's sort of this ultimate fulfillment, ultimate divine love, feeling really secure, safe, really fulfilled and aligned at a soul level. This is like happy family life, community, soul love, sort of a utopian energy. I would take it a step further in the way that I read the 10 of Cups, and I would say it's like a utopia. Okay, that's sort of the energy I'm feeling. So, wow, look at this. And then we have the new beginning, the new earth, the Ace of Pentacles. That's the new beginning. That is the new earth. Literally, that is the new earth. So the 6 of Cups is the old earth. This is the energy that we're coming from collectively, individually. This is the energy that I'm feeling like who I'm speaking to right now, like you are a really powerful healer. That's what Spirit wants you to know. And you have been doing healing work within yourself that has been helping to usher in the new earth. Like you have genuinely been doing healing work that has been ushering in the new earth, okay? Nina has left, so we'll pull some more cards. So we have the 6 of Cups. Look at that. We have the 7 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. Wow, we're going to pull this. And the Knight of Cups. I love this. And look, okay, wait. The Knight and the Prince of Cups. So this is the Knight and the Page of Cups. Okay, wow. This is really interesting energy. And then the Eight of Wands saying things are coming in quicker. Yeah, look at that. Really fast-paced energy. So Spirit's saying you can actually access a utopia or heaven on earth like sooner than you think or quicker than you think. Like it doesn't actually have to be as hard as you think. Look at that judgment. It's ready. It's ready for you. You've made some kind of breakthrough. Yeah, again, another confirmation of the new beginning. But look, it might be hard for you to see it right now. The 4 of Cups, the 8 of Swords, the 7 of Swords, the 6 of Cups. Man, sometimes it just hits me and I realize that the messages that come through from Spirit is like, a little bit like I'm having the same conversation over and over again with like the same spirit guide or something. And they're like, look, we can't move on to the next lesson until you've learned this one. Okay. We've got to keep going through this content again and again. Okay. But this is what's coming in. And honestly, I do love repeated messages because it helps to break through this, the 4 of Cups. It helps to break through the inertia, the paralysis, the feeling of, just not really seeing the hope in a situation, not really seeing like, can things even get better? Is anything that I'm doing even making progress? Is there any point, you know how easy it can be to spiral into kind of like negative energy? Well, I'm seeing that Spirit's coming through to like pierce through that today and to tell you that this utopia, this heaven on earth is so much closer than you actually realize in your energy, in your vibration. You are a really high vibrational person, okay? I can feel your energy. You're a very high vibrational person. And the funny thing is that this is so much more accessible than you think. The 7 of Swords, the 8 of Swords, this is energy that can sort of distort or cover things like you might not be able to see because there's like a mental blind spot. You know how they talk about paradigm blindness? Like we can only see within what we already believe about the world or what we already believe about ourselves is what we can only sort of perceive. And then when we do belief work, when we're spiritual beings like you are, and you do belief work and you start to shift at a mental level, then you start to actually sort of open up and be able to perceive truth beyond just your paradigm, beyond just your beliefs. You see truth that is like more of an ultimate truth of all that is, more of a spiritual perspective, the highest spiritual perspective. So there is some kind of a judgment like calling coming to you with this we got 2 aces. Like the aces have been coming through for us recently, you guys. Like they have been coming through trying to let us know, hey, there's this new beginning here. Don't worry about it so much. This new beginning's actually here. I'm being shown that there are already people vibrating at a frequency on this earth that is of the new earth frequency, okay? And there are already people who are living in pockets of heaven on earth that are already creating the new earth. Like the new earth is already here, is what I'm being shown with the 10 of Cups. It's not something that is coming in the future. It's something that's already present at this time now, and it's present within you. Like you are a new earth star seed kind of energy, okay? I actually have a download that I'm going to do a star seed reading soon because Spirit wants to work with these energies again. So we'll see when that comes through. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I'm feeling this energy. So I'm being shown like you have this new earth seed, like you're a new earth star seed or a new earth seed, like an earthling seed. You might have a lot of earth energy. You might feel like you're very cosmic. You might have a lot of cosmic energy with the judgment card, coming from these different places like Arcturian energy, Pleiadian energy, these different star seed sort of energies that you might be here to bring in. Okay, but this new earth energy, you are about to have some kind of major breakthrough where you're going to be living a lot more in the new earth frequency than you ever have before. And it's going to be a departure from the past, 6 of Cups, a departure from the past. You're moving on from an energy from the past, okay? The Judgment card is saying this. I'm feeling a lot of spiritual authority coming through this channel right now in my heart space. It feels really intense. And Spirit's coming through with a lot of spiritual authority to say that there is a change happening here. You are moving to a new level. And it's something that you haven't yet been able to access. And it's a level of kind of heaven on earth, utopian love that is very, very rare. And you are meant to bring it and be like a seed. The Ace of Pentacles is like a seed. You plant it into the earth. You're meant to plant this energy in. And the 10 of Cups, you're meant to be surrounded by your people. It might not be very many. It might be animal beings, a dog and a cat here. There's also a child. It may be about having children with somebody, like a soulmate energy. There's a lot of love, union energy here as well. But this is coming into union. This is coming into community as well. Yeah, communities who commune with Spirit. That's what it is. It's communities who commune with Spirit at a very high vibrational and conscious level. But I'm seeing this is already happening. And as I'm seeing there's almost like a new wave of consciousness that's just coming through now is what I'm being shown. There's like a wave that's already come on the earth. Like there's already maybe many waves that have already happened, but there's a new one that's about to awaken now. And keep in mind, you guys, that the energy astrologically is really, really changing at this time, especially over the next year or two. The energy on the earth will be drastically shifting, and it's going to become a lot lighter, a lot less density, and there's going to be a lot more access to spiritual realms and spiritual energies. Something is manifesting here that is in the highest good of all, for all. Okay, so this is like, the energy I'm getting is that it's so beyond ego energy or ego desires, like, oh, I want to be successful, or I don't know, that, because like ego energy is sort of like separational, separate, what's the word that I'm looking for here? Ego energy tends to separate us from one another. We want to be competitive with each other. We want to be better than one another. We want to prove ourselves, or we want to have power or something like this. And I'm not saying that the ego is only negative, because it's not. I think that the ego is also important, and there's a balance to having the ego, right? But there can be aspects of it that create separation. And this energy that I'm feeling is so the opposite of separation. Look at the back of the deck. Hold on, there's nudity on it, of course. The back of the deck on this, what is this? The Radiant Sun. I just have this on my tarot table. And it says companionship. Okay, companionship. Oops, I cut off his head. Okay, so companionship. This is what is coming in, you guys. This is like, yeah, Moon in Libra in the 7th house. This for a lot of you is love. I'm going to be doing more love readings soon, don't worry. But this for a lot of you could be love, divine union. You could be having children that bring through the new earth energy, that carry the new earth energy, because children of the new earth, I'm feeling like there's also a lot of children. I'm being shown a lot of children now. Wow. I'm being shown a lot of children of the new earth, like the next generations of the new earth that are coming through these very highly spiritual families, and I'm being shown them. So a lot of you might be lining up to bring through children of the new earth, or you may be raising children of the new earth in like more they might need alternative things that is like different to maybe mainstream, or like the way that the old earth is wired. These children of the new earth may need very different things from you and from your care and the way that you choose to kind of raise them. could be slightly alternative, or they might just have really different needs or be wired really differently. There's something here about, children of the new earth creating the new earth through these communities as well, these pockets. I'm seeing these pockets, these bubbles of new earth energy, where within that bubble, there is actually a utopian frequency of divine love and divine order and unity and wholeness. And within that bubble, there is sort of a peacefulness, like a force field of peace, where there's almost an impenetrable force field around these new earth communities where they can't be like tampered with. And I'm not talking about, because, have you ever heard of like people always talk about like communities falling apart because there's always drama or bickering or infighting within communities. And there's like a whole bunch of like spiritual communities or intentional communities or, earth-based communities that end up not working out because different people's egos, right, create separation. And there's this fracturing that happens within the community spirit. And I'm not saying you would even want to, stay together if there's that kind of infighting happening. Separation is probably a good thing at that point. But I just feel like this model of community hasn't been done very often on Earth, or at least it hasn't been modeled in the mainstream very much, okay? There's more of this sort of idea, I guess, of like, communities don't work and people always fight and then everything falls apart kind of thing. And that can be true. That definitely can be true. But this energy that I'm picking up was really, 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 really different, okay? It's very magical. I really want to like get through what I'm feeling because it's really magical energy. It's like a force field. Imagine you go through a portal and you go into Narnia, okay? And imagine being in Narnia, how safe you feel in Narnia, okay? It's like this. It's like a different realm that you're almost creating on the earth. And it's a pocket of freedom and it's a pocket of peace and protection. Like there's not really even the idea of protection, but it is protected. But it's almost like protected because it transcends dimensionality. It's free from, because part of what the old earth is defined as is almost like being kept within a dimensional frequency. So I'm seeing this new earth pockets is almost going to be free from being within one dimension. You're going to be able to move through the different dimensions, okay? This is very high frequency energy. And do you know what it takes? All that it takes is a release of the past, the Six of Cups. There is a lot of limiting beliefs, Eight of Swords, Seven of Swords, within the collective consciousness, within ourselves, that can block the formation of this kind of magic from occurring. But many, many, many of you resonate with my channel because you have the codes of magic within you. And that's why you found my channel in the first place. That's why we connect at a soul level energetically. That's why we have resonance with our light, light resonance. So you have these codes of magic and you are meant to also come together and like activate these codes with other people with this companionship card. And I'm seeing in the following sort of few years after this message finds you is when you will be finding some soul family members or a soulmate, twin flame, divine counterpart relationship. You're going to be meeting a significant soul person that you will have a bond with that will be very deep. Many of you, this is love as well, because we have the companionship and we have the Knight of Chalices, we have the Page of Chalices. This is so much emotional freedom as well. That's what I'm getting. Also the Ace of Cups as well in Judgment. Wow, this is like an emotional freedom. Really freedom from the dense, intense emotions from the past. This is what it takes. It takes like a purging of the collective consciousness as well, is what I'm seeing as part of what our role is at this time. This wave that I'm connecting with, like we are part of some wave where we're waking up at this time to bring this Ten of Cups energy more online. It's not that we haven't always carried it inside, but it's meant to come through more now. Like you are meant to have some kind of a judgment day where you are waking up to more of your mission, to more of how you are meant to live in this heaven on earth frequency now. What does heaven on earth look like for you? Does it look like a dog, a cat? Does it look like your divine counterpart? Does it look like soul community? Does it look like a certain project? Does it look like a certain place that you live? There's all these different things, but this is what we have access to on earth is so much more than what we have been programmed with, okay? These three cards is about the programming, and that's what Spirit's saying is blocking this, and it's blocking maybe even sometimes the belief that this is even possible, right? But what we have access to on Earth is so much like more limitless than we could even fathom right now, because we still have some subconscious programming that keeps us feeling stuck in our minds, keeps us seeing things as limited. So some level of that is about to be released, because you have come here for a certain mission that you are meant to live in a realm of magic. You're meant to live in the realm of magic and do literal magic things, move interdimensionally. That's what I'm seeing as part of the New Earth communities, is that they aren't going to be so much just in the physical realm. Obviously, they will start there. That's the Ace of Pentacles. They will start there, but they're actually meant to transcend this dimension and move through up into higher dimensions. And so that you aren't so much trapped just in the 3D, there's more of a movement of freedom that transcends just this one sort of place of existence. And this is far more like the archetype of how magical humans are meant to be. And this is also why it's so important that we become more communicative with our interdimensional friends and helpers. And you already have connections to interdimensional friends and helpers. So yeah, there's a new beginning happening here. It's like huge. And it's taking you more into alignment with living your slice of heaven on earth and creating your frequency of the utopia, contributing your energy there, and how that's going to upgrade you spiritually is just phenomenal. Okay, everyone, that is the reading check-in for today. I love when New Earth messages come through. It's so much fun. Isn't it just so much? It's like the best topic. I'm sending you guys so much love and light. Oh yeah, and if you'd like to connect more with my work, I definitely recommend my New Earth Portal Light Language tape. It totally would be perfect. If you resonate with this reading, you are totally wired for the New Earth, and this tape helps you with your mission and the way that you are wired, how that can be a challenge when we're living in Old Earth and we're in the transition. And it also helps every time we listen to it to collectively manifest the New Earth and to manifest like your part of the New Earth as well. All right, so I'll link it down below and you can read more about it. And I'm sending you so much love and light. Take care.